What do you do, John?
Well, John Curtin, am the Vice President of Real Estate for the Paul Hemmer Construction Company.
I tell people all the time that come to town that probably don't know anything about Cincinnati and they want to talk to a developer or builder and they want some suggestions. Who should I talk to? But there is one group I say, you should make sure you talk to the Hemmers and meet with John Curtin and talk to him, because these guys, you can shake their hand and whatever they say they're going to do, they're going to do, and they do it. And that just doesn't happen in our industry. But it's the way John's been since I met him. How much you paying me, by the way, to say this nice things about John?
If I were trying to describe John's legacy at the Paul Hemmer Company, it really is that he was part of defining that legacy.
My dad has been here for 46 years. He's climbed the ladder from being, just the business development guy all the way to president of the construction company.
Yeah, John Curtin was very proud of his association with the Paul Hemmer Company. He did start out working in the field as a high schooler.
John and I started out working for the old John M. Hemmer Construction Company as laborers in the early 70s and did demolition work, cleanup work, truck driving, and anything else that the regular laborers didn't want to do.
I met John Curtin early in my career working on a 6,000 square foot build-to-suit, but he treated me with the utmost respect and made me feel like it was the most important transaction in the world, just like he does with every client.
I think we did about 150 to 200 projects together, and we were very demanding, particularly me. And John's a person that you can trust by doing the job correctly and delivering the goods.
One thing about John that really stands out is John always had a sense of enthusiasm about a project and was always very positive.
He just was, to me, he was what Hemmer Construction was. Caring about people and making sure it was done right.
I viewed him as not only a coworker, but a mentor. Wanted to emulate him in my actions.
His honesty, his composure, his desire to succeed is embedded in every employee that walks in the door of Paul Hemmer Construction Company. He's a great representation.
How I describe John: he's honest, trustworthy, and passionate. And you can see that in everything that he does all the time.
He's the eternal optimist.
He will always look at the bright side and always hope for the bright side.
But the most important thing is the valuing people. That is definitely it, which can be witnessed by the number of friends that he has.
He's empathetic. He puts himself in other people's shoes.
My dad always brought the human element to the work environment. It wasn't always just who's in charge. He was always able to make it fun and never take it too seriously. And I think that rubbed off on everybody, and that has formed our company culture to be what it is today.
John and I have worked together for 46 years. I've known John, I'm 76. My first memories are probably when I was 4, 5, or 6. I remember John then. His office is right next to mine. So I've worked side by side with him. We've built the company together. And, the hard thing is going to be he won't be coming in every day.
Well, for all my friends and clients, family, and others, I have to say, now that I've made the decision to retire, I really do look back and I think of all these relationships and how important they were. And I really think that we built a great company based very much on those relationships. It's been 46 and a half years for me at Hemmer. And as one of my favorite actors, Robert Duvall, said in Lonesome Dove, it's been a great run. Coming to work for Hemmer, a family business, was really an outstanding opportunity for me, and I would say it was probably a dream for me. Actually, when I was a young boy living in Fort Mitchell, every night I was able to talk to my father about projects he worked on and hear all of his different stories. So when I was a young man, I always thought, do I ever picture myself at Hemmer? I actually worked construction while I was in high school and college. It was tough work. I worked as a laborer, actually right beside my cousin Paul. And after college, I ended up securing a management position at the Levi Strauss Company, and I heard through the rumor mill that Hemmer was going to be hiring someone to oversee their real estate. And I said, hey, I would like to be interviewed for that job. I would like to have an opportunity. And so they offered me the job, and that was the beginning. Well, what I liked about Hemmer was it was definitely the age-old statement, a ground floor opportunity. It was certainly a change for me going from a large company like Levi Strauss to a situation where it was Paul, myself, and an office warehouse spot in Florence, Kentucky. By ourselves. We had no assistant, we had no secretary at the time. But Paul was very instrumental in convincing me that we had a great opportunity for the future, and let's go for it, and we did. Was at our beck and call, I guess you would say. So we had a chance to think big and to look at potentially doing a lot of interesting projects, to work on a project and watch it from its infancy to its completion. It's fantastic. I mean, it's everything we do. Go back and think of all the time and energy you put into each project, it's very satisfying. And even to this day, when we drive around town, we can look around and we can say, I built that.
That's John Curtin, Vice President in charge of real estate for Hemmer, who says when fully occupied by businesses, the complex should be a boon for the immediate neighborhood.
With the size of the building here, approximately 150,000 square feet, we would anticipate between 200 and 300 new jobs that will be created once we have full occupancy here at the center. Also, I think it creates an inner city shopping area for people that live in the general area. And my understanding is that there are quite a few homes that are being renovated at this time in this general neighborhood.
What we do here at Hemmer, especially in this community, I think is critically important in a lot of ways. So every time we build a new building, it's generating real estate tax revenue. There are jobs that are being filled, in many cases good paying jobs. And as I said before, the net result of creating jobs is always going to benefit the area we live in. I'm very proud of it. When I'm moving around the community or outside the community and I see a project Hemmer's done, I'm very proud to know I was a part of that. And it brings a smile to my face. But what am I going to miss the most about this place? Well, I would say definitely I will miss all the people here. Historically, we've been able to keep our employees here for a long time. Now for me, I've been here 46 plus years. So I can go back and point out layers of friends that have been here over my tenure. And I think Hemmer does feel like a family because I knew I could rely on each and every one of those individuals to get the job done. And we work together very well as a unit. And I really think that a lot of our success is based on just knowing that you can rely on the person right next to you to do their job.
In my course on leadership and ethics, the important thing is to value people as assets of the company, not just employees. And I think Hammer embraces that ideal. And the people in the company are very important to them.
They were the type of people you wanted to be around, you wanted to work with. They weren't about their own self-interest. Everybody wanted to succeed, but they wanted to do it as a group. It's always been very team-oriented. John has always been very team-oriented.
So John Curtin and Paul Hemmer companies go together very well. Their main marketing tagline for many years has been Team Hemmer, and that John is the definition of team.
John's the most composed, relaxed, and making you feel comfortable type of person that I've ever worked with in my career.
One of the greatest things that I've always noticed about John is that he is not like a one-off person. If he develops a relationship with a client or with an employee, let's say, he keeps it.
He's formed relationships with people in the community and the commercial construction environment that it has ultimately led to him securing hundreds of millions of dollars in construction for us, and not just one-off projects, a lot of repeat clients that have come back to us time and time again and relied on Hemmer.
The company was always, their word was their bond, and a handshake was good enough, and that just doesn't happen in an industry when you're dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars all the time. It just doesn't happen, but it happens here.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one, yeah. So anyway, thank you guys. Work together, win together, and the future is bright. So go for it. I've been at Hemmer for 46 and a half years. And I wanted to personally thank all of my friends, family, co-workers, cousins. It's been fantastic working with you. And I think back to everyone I've met over the years, every deal opportunity I've been involved with. It's been a good ride.